And A Man with a Smile by me. I th- I think I think it's safe now. Well, I have to do this quick because I'm in danger and there is no way out. It's too late for me, but I might as well just spend the next couple of minutes telling you now no, it found me. Here it is. One day I was sitting in my room looking at some scary stories. Some were funny, some were sad, some were weird. Looking at them, I encountered a one named Jeff the Killer. I was interested I was interested in these things since my friend told me about the Slender Man, but he was fake, obviously. But the reason this one caught my eye was because I heard that name before. So I read on. Story about Jeff. The story explained Jeff, and when I finished it, I was shaking. Literally, I had to hold my feet down so they could be calm, and they weren't shaking anymore. But it wasn't the encounter or the story that creeped me out, but it was the part where he, cut a smile onto his face. Well, the picture completed it. I got paranoid and didn't sleep because of that picture. It was just what he wanted me to do. It said go to sleep at the end. Well, after coming to my senses in the morning, I just said there's nothing to be afraid of. It's just a story. Or so I thought. So 2 days passed and I almost forget about that awful face. Then out of nowhere, my friend pops out and tells me the entire freaking story all over again. Wow. So they say, what the heck? I was on the verge of forgetting that godforsaken story, which is so very true. Unfortunately, it was not just a story. Back to that day, he said, sorry, I thought you would like a good scare after you got over that slant. I cut him off. He said, don't even make it worse by reminding me of that too. So he walked away knowing his mistake. But I made a much bigger mistake. Later that day, I decided to do some research about this Jeff. So I saw more of his stories, not as creepy as the first one, but more entertaining. So when I did everything I could, I knew about everything about him. I truly believed he was real. 2 days later, another 4 killings happened close to my house. 3 of them were family 6 blocks away from me. Another was just left to my house, right next door, to a fat, drunk addict who deserved to die. But that's not the point. They were both relatively close to me, 6 blocks, then next door. There was slit necks, a heart stab to the kid, for, I guess, less suffering. There were approximately 4 bullet shells of a magnum pistol bloodied. I think that's why he didn't kill me, because he was shot. The man next to me had a gun, because they were found in his house. But I'm a heavy sleeper, even though I was paranoid the first time. I wasn't then, so I went to sleep, a deep sleep. So he didn't hear it. But I think that's what triggered the police. So knowing this, I think he was looking for me. Wow, and to my despair, I was right. Everything was fine for the past 3 days until yesterday at 1:47 a.m. I was having trouble sleeping. Then he heard my back door open. Someone was here. I grabbed my phone, my Swiss Army knife, and a taser. I jumped out of my window. I landed on my trash, but I'd rather smell than die. I ran for my life until I reached a road where there were a couple of cars, 7 Max. I looked at the bush behind me, fearing that he would grab my mouth and kill me. But then a walk sign came, and I came to my senses as the car horn beeped. I awoke and ran to a friend's house. Only his mother was there. He was out doing something, and I don't think she knew. So I ran to her house and saw him running as fast as a bike down a hill with his knife up. I pounded on the door like a Looney Tune character would if he was freezing. I pounded so fast and so hard that I would have broken down the door. Why didn't I keep running? Because he would have caught up to me, and I wouldn't be writing this. The mother let me in with a "What's the matter?" Then a knife came through the wooden door. Then she screamed and told me to hide in the attic, where he is looking for me as we speak. But he busted the door down. She was the first one to go. I hid in the attic. That is where I am now, but it's too late for me, and I leave off knowing that it is not safe. So I will die knowing that you will follow these instructions. Do not.